be able to access these tools with ease, learn more from the founders, ask questions to the team if needed, and overall prepare to create more dApps on CrossFi chain or get ready to participate in our upcoming hackathon that we're planning. So we will give you guys so much more information soon on our hackathon, more workshops. So stay tuned. We have so much in store for you to help build out our developer ecosystem and to help junior developers learn more about how to access these tool sets. So without further ado, I would love to introduce today's speaker. We have our partner here, Evan G. from Dex Guru or Dex Network. He's going to be presenting his toolset today and show you how to utilize their data warehouse, block explorer, and so much more. So I hope you're excited, and we'd love to invite Evan G up to stage.
Hello. Let me just figure out how to share the screen and everything, and we would start. Happy to see everyone here interested in building a Sourcify. As this was told, this is a workshop for developers toolset, and we are just a little bit preparing right now. Let me check. And while we're waiting, thanks all the guys for joining. And we're just setting up right now, waiting for everyone to jump in. And yeah.
Maybe while we wait to get that sorted, you can give a brief introduction to Guru Network and who you are and what you've been creating, and maybe even some background on your participation in the testnet so far.
Yeah. So some history here. Like right now we Guru Network, but probably if you're a seasoned DeFi trader or seasoned DGen, you well aware of our product which we started with. It's Dex Guru trading terminal for DeFi space, and we started with this product in 2021. Went through the whole DeFi summer with it, created great product for retail market, and then in crypto winter we ourselves switched to more towards providing like B2B products and developers tool set to other chains. And so we developed Block Explorer, which is like Block Explorer but with some analytics portion to it, which is pretty unique compared to other Block Explorers because we started from analytics and we continue on this flow. Then we have like a data warehouse where that analytics is feeded from, and data warehouse itself, it's not only data analytics product, but the product for developers to organize and create new endpoints out of historical data, which is indexed across the whole chain, like events, transactions, logs, prices, token inventory. All this data is available at the fingertips in data warehouse. And this is exactly the products we'll be going through today. Like Block Explorer is crucial for not only for developers but for all the users of the chain, and we will go through it, how to use it. Like it's pretty regular. At the same time, all the developers are very interested in how to verify their smart contracts, how to create interfaces for communication with smart contracts, and so on and so forth. We'll go through that as well. That's basically starting points for any developments, right? And of course, interactions with smart contracts, so how those interfaces are going. Then data warehouse, again, how to create new API endpoints, new embeddings, analytics in there, what's data warehouse SDK, how to use it in your project, how to embed different visualizations in your front ends from there. And Guru Framework as a new product which we introduced into the market, and we will be happy to help everyone to build with it. Guru Framework is basically a framework for any dApp where you have like UI orchestration engine for different processes and set of smart contracts along with APIs and so on. Everything in one place, ready to build on top of. That's briefly about the topics we're going to cover here, and how I can share the screen, but I don't see this as well. Let me maybe rejoin, or I'm not sure, Haley. How do we
I've
work?
asked for a solution. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This room was supposed to be set up to allow you to share, but I also have the same problem right now. I'm looking. I think they're working on it so we can continue to maybe
Yeah.
discuss if
I
there's
can just
any questions
yeah, I
in the
can just
meantime.
continue. And that's the first step today with CrossFi and our partnership, where we releasing publicly the products and expecting CrossFi community to start building on it. We'll be proactively monitoring like support questions, especially when hackathon will be started. I myself participated in some amount of hackathons as a participant, as well as I've been mentoring on some of them. I've been judging on some of them, so I know how it is to basically organize, participate, and all other stuff in hackathon. What the pressure is in there. So, and if you guys have any questions on those products which we would present, feel free to reach me in support groups in CrossFi or in DMs. Like, we would be more than happy to help. And our team, Guru team, is more than happy to help with uh, further developments on those questions. For example, if you're using Guru framework for something, we can jump in and help you with architecture in your application if needed. In our kind of paradigm of how we launching them. We believe that it saves a lot of time, but again, learning curve may be a little bit tricky there, and we ourselves building our own product using this framework. But again, it's up to you to use it or not, and we are happy to help. Besides framework, again, we have standard developers toolset. Block explorers, block explorer, data warehouse. So all historical data you need regarding DeFi, just transactions, logs, events, anything you parsing from there, you can find. Yeah, that's
Also,
yeah.
thank you so much. I think that the screen share capability should be up and running. If you look at the bottom, you'll see like a
Oh,
music, a
yeah.
camera, and then a share. And then in the meantime, while you get set up, hopefully it works, I will answer one of the questions in the chat. So this is for Eugene regarding the ability to create something like wallets with smart contract rules. We do have our foundation that allows for all kinds of dApp applicants to go ahead and submit a dApp application. So you are welcome to submit a demo or an application to receive funds. Also in the hackathon, we will also be able to issue some specific challenges regarding some stuff that has to do with these topics. So definitely keep on the lookout. If you have any questions about the grant program, you can go on the CrossFi website and then head to CrossFi Foundation, or you can message me directly and I will give you the application form for you to submit a grant application to be able to deploy dApps on CrossFi chain. So to answer your question, hopefully, yes, you'll have full autonomy to create new things. You can always propose it to us, and then we will decide if we accept it. And that goes to all developers and dApp builders. If you have a project in mind, just send it to us, and we will be able to check it out. And the more information you have, including white paper, like you said, roadmap, how much it'll cost, demos, links, that's all very helpful in helping us with that. Awesome. Nice to see you. Looks like you're all
Yeah,
situated.
I figured. Yeah,
Perfect.
now we're ready. Cool. So now everyone see my screen, right? And the documentation's there. loud and clear, hopefully. And yeah, let's start. Or we have some other questions. If we have some other questions, we can go over them before we start in.
I think that these questions were mostly just about CrossFi, so I answered them to stall some time while you got ready, and we can have maybe a quick session at the end to ask some questions regarding what you are about to share.
Yeah, sounds good. Appreciate. So let's start. First of all, if you're starting anything and you want to know something about it, it's always good start point to go through documentation. And there is documentation on docs.crossfi.org, hackathons, and live workshops. And here there is partner workshop with DexGuru. And here is the starting point for all those products we would cover a little bit further. So first of all, like Block Explorer, links to it, then we would go through Data Warehouse, links to it, and there is like a video explainer of whatever we're doing in here, how to use it, and so on. So pretty much the same what I will be covering today, but available for you anytime. How to create queries, dashboards there, different examples, how to create APIs, so all, and how to use DEX on XFI testnet, because when you're deploying ERC20 tokens, you would like to swap them, you would like to basically get some transactions going on, and that's the place. Service status, Guru framework. So this is the scope. Everything you can find in details in the documentation, or in particular, or overall, like in overview way in here. Let's start from Block Explorer. So Block Explorer at Scan XFIMS, it's resembling traditional Azure Scan interface as you see it, and pretty much everyone aware of it. So everyone pretty much know how to use it, but that's the place to start. There is blockchain chain info section in here. That's how you can switch your wallet to CrossFi testnet at any time to submit transactions. RPC endpoint in here. It's a public RPC endpoint. If you're building something, you need RPC. That's the place to get it. And some general information about the chain. The next thing is ERC20 token transaction. So if you're going tokens, ERC20 tokens, you're doing something with ERC20s or NFTs. NFTs is another section. You see them in there. On CrossFi right now, there are not much NFT transactions. That's why we're showing them on the ERC20 tokens. But in future, like whenever someone deploy an NFT project or anything like it, that's the place to see them in the same way. From any transaction here, you can drop down in transaction interface, and everyone pretty much aware of this interface, I believe, who's using blockchain. And we are parsing the logs, so you can always see the logs from verified smart contracts, from generic smart contracts like ERC20 tokens or Uniswap v2 pools deployed or anything like it. Again, everyone aware of it. You can always find it on Scan XFIMS. Here is smart contract interface. When you're dropping down in particular smart contract address, like read and write contract after connecting your wallet, everything works. And whenever you would be deploying your own smart contracts during the hackathon, that's the basically easiest interface to communicate with it. But to do it, you need to verify your smart contract. And for everyone aware of this process, it doesn't differ from any other Block Explorer. There is Verify Smart Contract interface in there. It's connected to Sourcify registry and follows all the Sourcify registry general practices. So you're dropping down your JSON blurb, which you got for when we're deploying smart contract, and it's getting verified. Additionally, in here, probably next week, so before the hackathon and so on, we'll have easier way to verify smart contract, just dropping in ABIs for the testnets. And that option would be available on the testnet for the hackathon, so developers who's not very familiar what they need to send to verify smart contract or whatever, they'll have much clearer options there. And again, it's a test net. You just drop an API and it would be like verified on our block explorer, because you guys don't want to spend much time on it during hackathon. What's the analytics portion to it? Here in charts and statistics section, you can find different charts and statistics on CrossFi testnet, and anyone can contribute to the statistics and charts, and we can go through it later. And in those charts, you can see those are like generic charts created for the chain by Guru team, but and you can, those are already useful. For example, this is like raw statistics, right? Transactions, contracts, active addresses, all this kind of stuff. If you want to go deeper into data warehouse and contribute your own dashboards or create your own dashboards for your own projects, which you start on CrossFi, and maybe embed them in your own front ends, you can just click on those buttons, and that would get you to Warehouse XFI MS. This is like a data warehouse. And in data warehouse, those are the dashboards, for example, right? The same dashboards you can combine, you can edit them. I can edit them because I'm an admin, but you can create new ones or fork existing ones and produce new ones out of queries you create in queries section here. And in queries section, if you dropping down into them, it's like SQL interface against XFI testnet database. So you can create new SQL queries there, and it includes all the prices data for all the tokens, like transactions data, all the Texas data, events, traces, and so on and so forth. Pretty much everything what any dApp builder would need for particular historical data needs is in there. There was a question about like building wallets or building something like that. So if you build in a wallet, you, for example, need like a balances history or current balances amount, and that's where you can create the query for those particular requests. And again, you can get API out of it, and this API could be used inside your dApp to get, for example, counter of the contracts, right? And here you also can create visualizations, and there are different options for the visualizations available, because this is like not the best example, but here, it's not the best example here because it's just one number, but if there is some table of numbers, you can literally go here, create a line. I'm just randomly picking different numbers. So what could be X column? It could be transaction topic. I want some block number, let's say, and address, transaction, topics. Right. It should be summed up, grouped by address. Right. Okay, I'm getting somewhere, but you got the point. So all those charts and dashboards, they work in pretty straightforward, and you can create new analytical like visualizations out of it, or you can create REST APIs, and any of those things are embeddable in the dashboards. And when you publish in those dashboards, they coming out to charts and statistics section block explorer, and you can also embed them in your own applications using this dashboard sharing option. Whenever you're creating a new dashboard for your application, you can simply embed it as iframe, or there are some other options like components. If any one of you guys want to use this, I would be more than happy to direct you to our components kind of SDK and help you use it. It's the same SDK, by the way, we're using in the block explorers to visualize those charts. So, for example, if you're building your front ends on Next.js or React, we have a components to visualize those dashboards which you're creating in Data Warehouse. That's pretty much covers Data Warehouse. Any questions so far on Block Explorer, verification, Data Warehouse? You can use their tools to build your own charts and see things like validator node is doing vs others. Yeah, that's actually so because validator nodes are in transactions, you can build different toolings around it. That's right. Yeah, if you have any questions, just type times in. I would be more than happy to answer. The next thing is swap XFI MS. It's just a simple Uniswap v2 fork deployed on XFI testnet right now with specific XFI interface. And again, if you build in, you put in your XFI tokens from the faucet, you can swap them to stable coins on the testnet for whatever reason, for your business logic or something. Swap XFI MS is a place to do it. If you guys would be doing anything with pools liquidity or anything like it, here is the interface to deploy new liquidity, to deploy new pools on this DEX. And in details, again, it's covered in swap section in here, right? How to do swaps, what the address is, and so on and so forth. So this is the swap section. Then Warehouse SDK. Warehouse SDK is SDK which allows you to integrate warehouse queries into your Python applications. If you have some backends in Python, it's currently Python SDK. So if you have backends in Python, there is a wrapper around warehouse, so you can use this data and queries which you create in a data warehouse internally, and maybe create your own API endpoints for whatever reason, like follow this data. You can do it using this SDK, and it's in Dex Guru. DG Warehouse SDK. Again, all the links in the documentation. Next thing is status XFI MS. It's like a status dashboard for all the services which we're covering right now, and it's Block Explorer. There is a link to testnet Block Explorer, but both of them testnet right now. It's Data Warehouse, it's RPC, which everyone can use. It's like public RPC and swap. You can always find the status of the services running in here. If you have any questions, if like something not working and you get into status XFI MS and that service is down for whatever reason, that's there you can find the answers. For infrastructure projects, maybe who's digging a little bit deeper and wanna run their own nodes, we provide snapshot service. So if you wanna run XFI testnet node, you can always go to status XFI MS, get to the snapshots, download the snapshot, and spin up your own testnet node if that's needed for your project for whatever reason. And last thing, but not least, that's a Guru framework I partially covered. That's basically kind of new product of ours. We just started building our own projects from scratch to all the way to production releases using this framework maybe like 5 months ago, but we already have a couple of products built with this. And this is exactly the framework we see which simplifies the work of developers, especially during hackathons, because we ourselves as a team participated in hackathons, and this framework is part of what we used in hackathons, part of what we used for new products of Dex Guru, and we very interested in people using it. We know that it's kind of mostly for like we using it, and we know like every piece of it, like in details. That's why for us it's easy to launch it. But for other teams, we have some examples of hackathon teams from East Denver in February using this framework and launching new products with it. But there is still some learning curve. We smoothen it right now. But if any of the teams on CrossFi Hackathon would like to use it, we'll be there to help. We are very interested in everyone using it, and we believe using this framework, you would be able to build dApps fast. The same we build in, for example, V2 Dex Guru. That's our V2 version, which is not like public yet, but it's built from scratch using this framework, and basically it has everything. It has like wallet connect in there. It has NFT minting. It has orchestration of processes. It's hooked up to orchestration engine, which basically allows you to model those processes in visual way and then hook it up to your front ends. It's quite interesting, and it's not it's ready for hackathon. If you decide to build with it, we will be helping. What else? That pretty much covers the whole context of what we wanted to cover during the workshop, and it's like how to build 101, because all those products are basically it's based infrastructure for starting building. It's like block explorer, contract verification, where to get historical data, how to sort it, filter it, how to shuffle it, and toolset for developers like SDKs and frameworks and so on. Yeah, any questions so far?
Thank you so much for sharing that. I think that it was great, and that people have a better understanding. Yeah, so now we can open up for some Q&A as we close off the session. So if anybody has any questions for Guru Network, please type them in the chat and we will be able to have him answer them. Thank you so much for sharing. I think that was great.
Yeah, thanks for inviting, and thanks for using our products. would be more than happy to go to more workshops if needed and support hackathon builders on their way there. And again, as I mentioned, I myself with Guru team, we participated in let's say multiple hackathons and on different sides of it, and we are deeply in builders culture, and more than happy to help everyone who's building new like Web3 future, blockchain, and especially with CrossFi, with unique niche where CrossFi have the biggest kind of partnerships and benefits, and some use cases which are not available on other chains, available on CrossFi. I believe it could be very interesting, like hackathon, an interesting subset of projects on the CrossFi hackathon.
Thank you so much. Is there any questions in the chat? I think that it's wonderful if you take this opportunity. Evgeny has been so great at being so supportive to, our junior devs, people getting started with CrossFi. I'd love for you guys to take, full opportunity of him being here, ask him some questions. I think it's wonderful that we have this opportunity to bring in such skilled mentors for you. I don't think at this moment I have too many questions, a lot of thank yous though, so it's wonderful that you've been able to provide this. It seems like everybody is very excited.
Interesting. I want to learn coding there. Regarding I want to learn coding and hackathon culture. On every hackathon, in every team there should be different kind of members, and as a team like leader and team builder myself, usually not everyone coding in there, and there are of course UI UX designers. There are people who just organizing thing and basically figuring out what toolset to use, or they're idea producers. And because of this toolset, Guru framework, it's allowing to everyone to create diagrams in kind of visual way of future processes in your dApps. There is a like a special, if you build in with Guru framework and you don't know how to code even, but you can participate within the team designing those processes which should be at the core of your future dApp. So that's it's not a question, but it's a little bit covering this tool set, allowing people who even don't know how to code, like literally to code, but have some ideas, to start participating, find a team, participate deeply not only with ideas, but producing some business process diagrams and other stuff, how it could work. And then developers jumping in and picking up like some steps, like which has some code behind them. So yeah, this is pretty much idea of Guru framework, and it's allowing for people with even like low and no code experience to participate in dApp development. So yeah.
Thank you so much. And I was just going to add on to that too, that we really hope for our hackathon and these workshops to be an opportunity for people that have low or no code experience be able to take advantage of these tools that have been created, these walkthroughs. And we do encourage people to join the hackathon, even if they are not coders or programmers per se. You can always have, a part in a team, like he said, to be a project manager, to be a speaker, a presenter, a designer, somebody that brings things to idealization, mathematician, researcher. So there's a lot of different roles beyond just programming that can allow you to feel, like a developer. So we do want to encourage everybody to take part in these. Also, these workshops are a great place where you can check out the crowd, see other people that are interested in attending, and start thinking about making relationships or people that might want to be part of your hackathon team. You can always, learn from them. Like I said, we're bringing in some wonderful mentors. And I think that you can start your journey. And if you want to become a coder in the future, you can always, ease your way into it through being around those type of people, even if you don't start out on the programming side. So thank you so much for mentioning that. I think it's really important for us to highlight that this is an opportunity that's open to everyone, and your journey in becoming a coder and a developer always starts somewhere. And I think that there's always room for growth if you surround yourself with people that are willing to support you.
Yep. And based off my experience on hackathons and mentoring and participating, usually the best projects they starting with ideas and team building before the hackathon. So like not building by itself, but usually the best products. For example, we were building as a team like before on the hackathons. Usually we were polishing the idea itself for a month or two, and then jumping on hackathon like and starting doing it. So we not spending much time on like on idea itself, and that everyone on boarded with it, like who's within the team and so on. So as Haley mentioned, it's good to start early, especially if you want to participate. Find your teammates in group, or like find some, like invite some friends. And that's what I've seen from my experience on hackathons. Just sharing here.
Yeah, wonderful. Same with me. I've participated, I've judged, I've helped host, and I think that it's always good to get partners early, involve people early, and then kind of figure out where you fit in within the team. Because sometimes your role in one team might be different than another team, and each team kind of highlights different strengths. So you'll be able to realize how you can bring the most value to that team that way. And I've seen, non-coders or programmers be very successful in leading kind of the ideation of the project, and then bringing in people that are programmers, working on that side to deliver, and then kind of tweaking it as it goes. And projects have been very successful through different roles taking place in the product kind of development. We do have one question. I don't know if it's very on topic to this, but I mean, while we're here, I think we should, listen to these questions, and we'll have about 2 more minutes. We were set to end at 40 after the hour, so we'll answer maybe one or two more questions, and then we will let you guys go. So the question is, I coded a desktop app about alarm for missed confirmations. Can I get any ideas on how I can improve this?
Alarmed of missed confirmation. Web3 confirmation. Probably
He's
uh
elaborating
just
for
elaborate
for validators.
for validators. Oh, okay. Yeah. So basically you can create a web app using the framework because uh there is there is this data in here, and validators are all in transactions table. Where is it? Here in transactions, right? If we would do select from transactions, right, we would see validators in there. It's the wrong one, sorry. Dot transactions. And validators, actually it's stable. I should limit it to 1,000. Sorry, okay. We're waiting for cancellation of for the request now, but basically if we would be selecting in there, and I would put limit in there, otherwise it's like it's 10,000. It's just too big right now. You would see like validations are in there, and from there we can hook it up through SDK those diagrams, and those diagrams you can create those user tasks which you visualize in your front end or as push notifications and so on. And that's how it works. That's how you can bring your desktop idea to the web app or Web3 app, and that's the possibility there. Just right out of the box.
Wonderful. Yeah, I think he meant specifically to a notification to Telegram. So thank you for clarifying.
Mhm.
If we don't have any more questions, I think we're set to wrap up. I don't know if you had any final comments, or if anybody else did. If not, we can say thank you and finish up.
Okay. Good, AMA. Thank you. Appreciate. And webinar, AMA and webinar.
Mhm. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you joining. And like I said, your expertise has been very needed, and we're so glad to have you. And we look forward to maybe with new developments to host future AMAs and workshops together, and to see, your presence continue in the CrossFi ecosystem. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you to all of our guests. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day and weekend.
Yeah, you too. Thank you. Have a good weekend, everyone. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.